Yo, today I've got a review of the new Future album, I Never Liked You. The Toxic King is back and he's got a brand new release. In my humble opinion, Future, I'd say, is the greatest trap artist of all time. He's had so many classic songs and classic albums and done so much for the subgenre and pushed it to the heights where it's at today. And he is also one of my personal favorite artists of all time, so whenever he drops, of course I'm excited. A few snippets of this album were going around on Twitter and I'm not gonna lie, I did not like those snippets at all, bro. He previewed Chickens and For a Nut, I think, and on the snippets, those songs did not sound good, not at all. And that also kind of seemed to be the general consensus, like people on Twitter weren't really feeling the snippets, but the album is here now and the songs sound way better than they did in the snippets, I'm gonna be honest. Which of course I am happy for. The album kicks off with one of my favorite songs on there and it's 7:12 p.m. It's a great intro because it sounds grand and villainous. Future does so well on it and that instrumental is insane, especially in the intro. And I feel like this song kind of portrays what the album sounds like, which is good for an intro of course. The album sounds nightmarish and dark at parts while also having fun trap songs, but then also having some slower Drake type of songs. On the topic of Drake, he is on this record along with plenty of other features like Kanye, Kodak Black, Young Thug, Gunna, and way more. I'd say I'm genuinely a fan of the features on this album, especially on the song For a Nut. I think both Gunna and Young Thug do well, but there are some very questionable lyrics, I will say that.
I just put some diamonds in her butt, and I seen it shining when she nut.
And the thing is, I don't even know if I like those lyrics, bro. It definitely adds some entertainment, and Young Thug, Gunna, and Future are probably the top 3 biggest names in trap right now, like genuinely. And also the beat is great, so I'd say I'm fine with the lyrics. But Future, bro, listen. You're pushing 40. You're like 38 years of age. I don't know how old you are, 38, 37. You need to stop this, okay? You're really old. You're like really, really old. And Thug, you're 30 years old. You need to calm down. I don't want a 40-year-old man telling me I just fucked her and made her pee-pee. I don't want to. Now, on first listen of this album, I wasn't too sure about it, I'm gonna be honest. I really liked some songs, but others felt a bit like a blur to me. On my first listen, I can say I spotted a really long stretch of songs. It was from Puffing on Zooties to Holy Ghost, and I feel like that stretch of songs, like from Puffing on Zooties to Holy Ghost, was very kind of long and felt like a bit of a blur and wasn't that great. It was just a little bit But now that I've given it way more listens and listened to the album over the days, I can definitely say this thing has replay value and has grown on me. I'd actually say it's the album with the most replay value this year, and if not that, I would say it is the trap album with the most replay value this year. And also what adds to it is that the songs are pretty easily digestible and accessible, so that's definitely a plus. Also, might I add that the cover is fire and I think it captures the sound of the album pretty well. Like, you know, he's just sitting there chilling, like, you know, he's the boss and shit, you know. On your Future, of course, brags as he always does, but there are a few songs where he has a few moments of vulnerability and weakness, I'd say. And that type of Future is my favorite Future. That's why I love Monster so much. Love You Better and Back to the Basics are a few songs where Future sounds genuinely hurt and vulnerable, and it's always nice to see that side of him. We know him as this guy who doesn't really care about women, just cares about money, cares about sex, and that's how the media perceives him too, but he shows his emotional side on these songs. There's a couple of songs that could have been left out on this project and it could have been kept to like 13 or 14 tracks, but in general I feel like it's pretty consistent. The lows aren't that low, they're like tolerable, but the highs are absolutely insane. For example, the instrumental on Holy Ghost keeps evolving and sounds great. It's dark and intense. To name a few of my favorite tracks on here, I'd say 7:12 p.m, but I already talked about that.
Sitting behind 5%, you can see the cheat name.
Keep It Burning is intense. Kanye goes off. This is definitely one of the best features in a while, and that Joe line is crazy. I literally laughed out loud when I heard it for the first time. Like, genuinely, it made me laugh.
We did it, time, but what they really do.
And I think that's the best Kanye, when he has fun lyrics. For a Nut is also good. I talked about that. Fun lyrics with a great beat.
One time me and that model, fuck a top model, Tuesday taco.
Puffin' on Zooties is one of the best tracks I've heard in a while. It's smooth as all hell, and Future flows on that beat. The beat in itself is pretty simple, but it's very good and keeps evolving during the song.
Chief out of flight, nigga, can't even see me on way out of here, I'm too far in the sky.
Wait For You is also good. I didn't really like the Drake verse too much, but it has definitely grown on me and Future does great. It's more of that vulnerable Future that I was talking about earlier.
When you drunk, you tell me exactly how you feel.
Same goes for Love You Better. I already talked about that track, so. And Holy Ghost as well. I touched up on that earlier, but the instrumental is insane and Future does very well.
I just went so deep, I made her nosebleed. The whiskey, she just gave me her throat inside the rosy.
Future sounds angry on this project. There's plenty of braggadocious songs that sound great, but also songs which show off the softer side of Future. I Never Liked You has great replay value to add to that, so I feel very positive on this record. I'm gonna give this record a 7 out of 10. He did say that he is dropping a deluxe to this record, which, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I don't like deluxes, and I'm made a whole video on that, so check it out on my channel if you haven't. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this album. Tell me guys what you thought of the album. If you liked it, tell me why. If you didn't like it, also tell me why. I'm looking to hear your guys' opinions. Leaving a like on this video would be appreciated, as well as subscribing and leaving a comment. It'll help push the video and my channel in the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, I'll have more content in the way, more reviews, more music related content, and just whatever I feel like doing. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace!